Yes, that is right. We're going to do some Premier League predictions ahead of the new season. So my idea is for this, I'm going to make this into maybe 4 videos. We'll see. Let's work it out. 3 or 4 videos I'm thinking. So I'm going to pick teams at random. I'm not going to go through the whole league in order, but I'm going to pick out random teams. We'll pop them on the paper around here, and I'll give you my prediction of where I think they'll finish in the league at the end of the season. We'll talk about additions and transfers out of each club. So we're not going to go 1 to 20 or 20 to first place. We'll go just random teams. I'll go like the 12th place team to the 3rd place team, etc, etc. Okay, let's just, off the top of my head, let's write some teams down. I forgot to spell Leicester for a second then. Stupid me. One other team, who should we go for? Okay. So you'll notice I've only picked 2 of the so-called bigger teams in the league to talk about really today. Let's get a different pen out. Okay, I think we should start off with a team who've been a little bit busy recently. That is Arsenal. So, Arsenal have made some, you could say, useful additions to their side. They've brought in Ben White. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera or not. They have brought in a young lad I'd not heard of from where the hell's he come from? The Belgian team where Company and the lad Lukonga and Ben White. They've also brought in a young left back from Benfica called Tavares, who is only going to be a backup, really, isn't he, to Kieran Tierney. He's not going to get him out of the team. It's just a useful addition. Lukonga is only young. Ben White is only 23. 50 million quid is a lot of money for a young English centre-back. But then again, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 1 season in the Premier League, cost United 50 odd million quid. You know, Ben Chilwell, a couple of seasons at Leicester, cost Chelsea 60 million quid. It's sort of the going rate now for a young English defender. We've got to remember Rio Ferdinand, when he joined United, came in for 30 million. So, you know, 15 years later, or whatever it is, Ben White, at that price, isn't that bad of a deal. It's actually more than 15 years ago for Rio, probably looking at nearly 20 still have issues moving on players like Lacazette. Xhaka was on his way to Roma. Roma didn't meet the fee. He's still at Arsenal. Thomas Partey is injured again and will miss part of the season. I think if they can get Martinelli playing, he could be very good for them. Smith Rowe in the team, yeah, okay. Will they sell Joe Willock or loan him out? He looks like a very useful player. It's just the defence for me, and the goalkeeper's still Arnold to scratch. They're trying to sign Ramsdale for 30 million. I don't think he's going to really improve them like ridiculously well. I think they need a goalkeeper, another central defender, a right back because Bellerin's apparently on his way to either Spain or Italy. They need a striker because Aubameyang's form last season was horrible after signing that new deal, and probably a creative midfielder if they don't get Odegaard back from Real Madrid. My prediction for Arsenal for the end of the season is 7th. Might as well work our way around. So next we have Wolves. Now, a couple of names to go with Wolves. Nuno has left Wolves, as we obviously know. That could be a huge loss to Wolves. The new bloke, he only had like one season, I believe, at Benfica, or 2 seasons. That was his first full-time job, but from what I've seen as a first-team manager, hell of a risk for Wolves. This lad here is injured currently. Neto, which is a massive blow for them. They have signed this lad from Barcelona, Trincao. I've not seen anything of him, but I have a mate who lives here in Wolves, and he's a massive Wolves fan, and said this lad is something special. So hopefully that is good news for Wolves. You have Jimenez back to some sort of fitness. He scored against Stoke in a friendly the other day. We have the regular midfield of Coutinho and Neves. The defence hasn't changed. Nobody's left out of the defence. New goalkeeper because Patricio has left. They brought in the lad, I think his name's Jose Sarr, the goalkeeper. One issue I'd say Wolves have is they have a great player in Armand Traore. Is it Armand? Adama, sorry, my bad. Adama Traore. Yet his form last season just dropped off. He had that fantastic season, the one before, and last season he was just bang average. I'm not predicting relegation for Wolves, but I reckon I don't know if you can even see that, I apologise. I'm going with 15th for Wolves. 15th in the table, which is a bit different to a couple of years ago when they was chasing down the top 6 under Nuno. Next, we have Norwich. Now, they've already sold players like, they've sold Buendia. They've been able to keep hold of Max Aarons so far and Todd Cantwell. They've kept, obviously, Timo Pukki. Cantwell has been linked with Aston Villa. Let's have a look at Norwich's signings. I don't think there's anybody I'll recognise. I know they brought in the lad from, on a permanent deal, Ben Gibson from Burnley. Let's have a little look. Where are you? Got Norwich. So they've brought in Brashika from Werder Bremen, just short of 10 million. Ben Gibson, 8.37 million. Angus Gunn from Southampton for 5 million. Billy Gilmore is on loan from Chelsea. Unfortunately, young Billy Gilmore is not going to be enough to keep Norwich in the league, and I'm predicting another relegation for them. Maybe a little bit better than the last time. I'm going to go with 19th for Norwich City. was last time. I think they finished bottom, didn't they? Next we have Leicester. Now, they've brought in one or two useful players, haven't they? So we have Dakar. I think he came in from Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg, and he's already scored in a pre-season friendly for Leicester. What else has been going on at Leicester? Let's have a quick look, because I can't remember every single deal that happens in the Premier League. I do sometimes need to check these things out. Okay, so Leicester City. Oh, this one's a good one. Wait there, I'm trying to find room here. Here we have Ryan Bertrand. What a signing, a free transfer from Southampton. Backup left back to, who's their regular left back? They had the young lad last season, didn't they? They got Castagna, and then they brought in the young lad because Castagna got injured. It's not bad as a backup to the backup Ryan Bertrand, even a possible regular in there. I think they still need more than what they've brought in Leicester. I think they'll be looking to do more. Christian Fuchs has left, Matty James has left, Cengiz Under has gone back to Roma, and Wes Morgan has has retired. My prediction for Leicester is a possible run in the cup again. Remember they won the cup last season, the FA Cup. I'm going to go with a potential cup win and a 8th place finish. I just think other teams will be better this season. I could actually regret that. Actually, I change that. I can change it right now. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going with 6th place for Leicester City. Yeah, top 6 for Leicester. Next we have Southampton. They have Danny Ings on his way out potentially. James Ward-Prowse could be on his way. He's been linked with Aston Villa for 30 million. Apparently Southampton want more though. They have brought in a couple of lads from Chelsea, young kids. One of them apparently is like the next best thing, young defender. Let's have a look. So they got in a lad called Perraud for 10 million from Stade Brest. Livramento is the young lad from Chelsea. Theo Walcott's joined on a permanent. And that's it so far. Angus Gunner's left, Lemina's left, Bertrand's left, Wesley Hoyt has gone out to Anderlecht. Minamino's gone back to Liverpool. I mean, for a team who weren't exactly immense last season, you'd think Southampton may have looked at bringing in 1 or 2 more players by now. I'm going to go with, especially if Danny Ings leaves, I know they've got Shea Adams, but I'm going to go with a 16th place finish for Southampton. And then we have Burnley. What have Burnley done so far? I know they're linked with, let me have a look. Different colour pen needed. They've been linked with Ademola Lookman of Leipzig after his Fulham loan ended. Let's have a little look at the Burnley transfers. Where are Burnley hiding? All the way up here, just before Chelsea. So Burnley have sold Ben Gibson. Jimmy Dunn has gone to QPR, the young defender. Peacock Farrell has left on a free to Sheffield Wednesday. In has come the young lad Collins from Stoke. Apparently a very good central defender for 12 million quid. A free transfer from Scunthorpe called Purdue. They have Wayne Hennessy coming as a backup from Palace on a free transfer. And that is it. So Burnley's only big deal he's just come in and replaced Ben Gibson or Jimmy Dunn. I am afraid I have said this in the past. Teams like Burnley, who have the money that they have every season from being in the Premier League, really let themselves down by just not making sufficient transfers to keep them up or to push their team on. I'm having a little gander at the league before it's even started. The teams in the league again. There. I'm just seeing how many teams I think will finish below Burnley. 1, 2, 3, and then we have, so that's 20, 19, 18, so yeah, okay, I'm going to go with a 17th place finish for Burnley. 17th. So far, we have Arsenal in 7th, Leicester in 6th. I should have gone with Leicester first, really. And then Burnley 5th, sorry, Watford 15th. Not Watford, Wolves 15th, Southampton 16th, Burnley 17th, and Norwich 19th. I need to write out a proper table for myself so I can keep track of this. I'll have a look at doing that afterwards. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you support any of these teams, let me know your predictions, what you think of any transfer deals your team has done so far. Let me know in the comments. See you later.